Hello, and welcome to another edition of Coffee Talk with immigration attorney Brian D. Lerner. In this particular episode, I'd like to talk about what happens after you submit affirmatively the asylum application and when your interview will take place. There are people out there that have been waiting for many years, and there are people out there that basically took a nap and now their interview comes. So, why is that? Well, let me tell you what has happened. And a lot of this is due to Trump's insistence and pushing to essentially limit due process, to deny as many asylums as possible, and to essentially deport any of those people who have denied asylums. And he has done it with force. So, the way it works now is, you can call it last in, first out. So, for example, somebody comes in on March 1st, applies for asylum, and then they wait for the interview. Well, now the way that the asylum office works is they take that last filed asylum and they put that at the very head of the queue. And that person who, in this day and age, has filed within months, they're going to get an interview date and go to their interview. Whereas people who had filed the asylum before, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 years before, they may keep getting pushed back farther and farther because they're not the last ones to apply. So a lot of these people who have been waiting for many years and want to get their interview taken care of need to understand a couple things. First of all, since Trump has overtly limited all kinds of due process for asylum seekers, now is not the time to want to get the interview. The officers are simply denying applications left and right. They're ignoring facts. In fact, people who now come to the United States, there's been multiple stories that they're simply turned around. It doesn't matter if they have a valid asylum claim, if they're seeking relief from persecution under the Trump administration, they are just turned away. The actual people in the US who have filed for asylum who are winning is multiple times less than it was before he got into office. So to want to do an interview now and to try to rush the interview through is the exact opposite of what you should be doing, even if you have been waiting for years to get the interview, because your chances of winning an asylum in this day and age are so low that you're not only rolling the dice, you're throwing them away. Okay. So while people who just come in and apply for asylum, there's no way around them getting the interview. If, of course, you're not in that group of people and your interview keeps getting pushed back, just wait until Trump is out of office and that the law prevails again and that asylum seekers can have a real interview with a real chance of success. Now, given that I said that, it doesn't mean that you won't win. And it doesn't mean there's not provisions to help you should you lose. So, for example, if you do lose the interview and you go to immigration court, we would fight for you in immigration court. And if you lose there, we appeal to the Board of Immigration Appeals and we would fight there. If you lose there, we go to the Circuit Court of Appeals. There's all kinds of places we can go to try to get you your due process. But if in the first place you don't have to do that and you want a real chance of success at asylum, two things. Have an attorney with you at the asylum interview so if things go off left field and the officer simply and completely ignores facts and makes allegations that are just not legally supportable, the attorney can jump in. And secondly, don't push your interview. Just wait. It might be, hopefully, um, only a short period of time before Trump is no longer in office. Elections are this November, so vote and be sure you vote for anyone else who will follow the rule of law and give asylum seekers their due process without having to fight tooth and nail every single step of the way because it's been taken away. Okay, so if you like the video, click like, subscribe, and more on the coming weeks. Thank you.